Alrighty, everybody, welcome back once again. You know who this is, JJ, your boy. We're going to get it started with a little bit of B-roll. Guess what? It's Intel's turn to make them shine with their CPUs. Let's see what we can find out about them. Don't go anywhere. Don't touch your dial. We're going to get more going on right here at JJ's PC Builds. Alrighty, welcome back from that B-roll. Guess what? We're going to take... I know I made the one with AMD not too long ago. I guess it was today, early this morning. But now we're going to take and go on to Intel. Intel, it's your turn to shine. We're going to take a look at your processors, see what's going on in the pricing, and then when I make the next video after this, it will be my summary video to either AMD, what's going on with AMD and Intel, to see what's going on, if that makes sense. But anyway, let's go ahead and just switch screens really quick, and let's get the click on. Let's shake the screen up a little bit, tap on it, get it rolling. Alrighty, let's go ahead and type in, let's say, you know what, let's type in Amazon. And let's pull up Amazon. And let's type in Newegg. Newegg. Let's see what we get from that. And pull Newegg up. Let's go ahead and first start with Newegg. See what's going on with the eggies. PC building. It looks like they already got something going on right here. It looks like a Black Friday deal. Wow. Oh, looks like they got one for $125. Well, I don't think I'm gonna see this. This is the reason why I'm not with the AM5 just yet. I'm going to kind of steer myself away from the AM5 and steer you guys away from the AM5 until after the first of the year. Because what I'm feeling is right now is, it's not showing me a good pathway to price to performance. Everybody says, oh yeah, it clocks out at good prices, good speeds and everything else. Yeah. But the problem is do you have a pocket big enough? Do you have a pocket big enough to buy AM5 series? And, and that's what everybody has to, you got the 1% in this world that can afford to do this. But, since most of us, like myself, are not part of that 1% rule, we got to go by what we can afford. So I'll type in Intel processors and let's see what we come up with. I gotta fix that because I hate them to keep asking me to sign in, because that sucks. Sorry to say that, but it does. Okay, well, we got Alder Lake i3, got the 12th gen 100. So it's an i3, it's an LGA 1700 processor for $142. Okay, well, let's look at that real quick. Let's just go ahead and look at that real quick. Okay, let's see. It's a 60 watt, maximum 89 watts with turbo, 12 megabytes of L3 cache. Oh. Can I go ooh and ah and 3.3 gigahertz. Look, when I do that, you all know that I'm doing that because it's like an ew and an ah and an ew. You know, I mean, it's 12th gen, but I don't think y'all want to play around at 3.3 gigahertz. Not when you got a $92 one that's got a base clock of 4 gigahertz. And that's 8th gen. So I don't think y'all want to play around with that. So this one, it's an okay deal, but you know, we'll have to investigate it more. We'll, you know, when we really want to, figure out if when you're trying to figure out what processor to buy, what you do is you go on a separate page and pull up the specs. Okay, pull up the specs before you decide. Okay, so this has got a max turbo frequency of 4.3 gigahertz. Okay, this is the stuff that they don't put on Newegg and Amazon to give you the maximum performance when it comes to, knowing about what your processor is. If that's the kind of processor you want, and this is what you're going to use for gaming, streaming, video editing, and stuff like that. This is the things you need to know. I mean, it's a 12th gen processor, but it's an i3 12th gen. Now, they still got the i5, the i7, the i9 in 12th gen. So, but for 89 watts on max turbo, that's not bad. That's not bad at all. Okay, but it's a 4-core, 8-thread processor. This is what you need to see right here. It's 4-core, 8-thread. It goes up to 4.3 gigahertz. It might go higher. It might go up to 4.4, 4.5. You never know. Its dependent size is 128 gigabytes. Its memory size. Okay, that's good deal. That's a good deal. And the memory types is up to 4,800 megatransfers for DDR memory, and DDR4 is 3,200 megatransfers. Okay, well, the 3,200, that's basic. That's basic. It's bandwidth 768.8, and this processor, they're saying it's got an Intel UHD graphics 730. I'm starting to notice a pattern with that with Intel, that with the processors, they're putting it with the UHD 730. Other than bring up the graphics a little bit higher, because I mean, 1.40 gigahertz right here. I mean, this is the reason why everybody goes to the Ryzen 5 5600G, because it does almost double what this does. Okay, well, I can tell you that this 1200 processor, this 12th gen processor, is like no match to the one I got here. So I know this is not going to be the greatest deal in the world. See, it's got DirectX 12, so does mine. Mine's 4.6, this is 4.5, and mine's 3.2, and this is 3.0. See, it's good when you know the specs of your computer and you try to match it with a different processor. The junctions at 100C, well, that's normal. Um, obtain deep learning boost, uh, speed shift technology. This is telling me this processor's locked. That's what this is telling me, that this processor's locked. Most of the stuff that's on this processor is locked. Okay, so this might not be an ideal processor for you, especially if being 12 meg of a L3 cache. That's not going to be the one you want. So going back and rolling back, let's see. I'm, if I was a consumer, I'm not going to spend, you know, $500 for a processor. That's just like outrageous. The 2400F, that's 65 watt. That looks like it's locked too. You know, see that's what puzzles me is they say that some of their processors are, their 12 gens are unlocked, but you go to some of them and they're locked. I don't get it. What, you got to buy an i9 to get an unlocked processor? That's like that's kind of a ripoff to me. You know, especially if I want to, overclock. See, that's a good thing about Ryzen, AMD Ryzen, is that they got from, I think it's from, you know, I know all the 5000 series are unlocked. That's the good thing. And then you get the, 5000 and up that, you get all unlocked specials. But, with Intel, they kind of don't want to give you, above and beyond the performance because they just don't want to unlock things. Unless it's a K processor, then it's unlocked. A KF processor. You know, it's like you look at this and you just want to get sick on how much they're charging, especially for the processors. This is an 11th gen, and they got it for $189. I mean, this is a 10th gen right here, $275. Okay, where's the savings? That's what I like to know. Everybody's telling me, oh, you're best off to go used and everything else. When it comes to a processor, I hate to tell you something, and I want you to understand this very carefully. You buying a used processor that's been overclocked on, that's been hammered on, and everything else, you take a 50-50 chance that you're going to get 40 to 60% life left in that processor. So wherever you buy it from, you take that option. If you buy it brand new, that's a different option. You get guaranteed, you only get guaranteed up to 80-85% that the processor, is going to be strong for you. That you hit the silicon lottery. That you're going to get the performance that you want out of that processor. So that's the thing. If you can get above and beyond what that processor's total is for max output, then you hit the silicon lottery. Just like with mine right here, this 5600G. It's only supposed to go up, it's supposed to cap off at 4.4 gigahertz. This one caps off at 4.550 gigahertz. And that's not even pushing it. If I wanted to push it even harder, I bet you I can get it up to 4.6, 4.7 gigahertz. And that's just a Ryzen 5 5600G. I ain't got no discrete graphics card in this. There's no discrete graphics card in my computer. I run solely off the iGPU. Reason why is because I'm showing the consumer, the one that can afford, the one that can't really afford a computer, that you can build a computer with just the processor, the motherboard, the RAM, um, the M.2 drive, a power supply, and a PC case. And you get a mouse and a keyboard, guess what? You have your whole computer. There's the whole computer right there. And how much you save in money? Oh, don't forget about the heat sink for the processor. That's you got to configure that in too. But to save yourself money, to save yourself and spend less than $500, that's the best way to go. Later on down the road, if you decide you want to upgrade the processor, guess what? Boom, upgrade the processor. No harm, no foul. This will handle a Ryzen 7 5700G. I'm not going to push it past that, but that's an 8-core processor. It's got iGPU built on it. I might go as fact as going with the Corsair LPX Vengeance CL16 or CL18, 32 gigabytes of dedicated RAM for this computer, and then go up to the Ryzen 7 5700G, and then dedicate more of the dedicated RAM to the video memory. See, it splits it off. That's the thing. I got with this one here, the Ryzen 5 5600G, guess what? It splits 2 gigabytes of the RAM, its max capacity, off for the video. It breaks it off. It basically doesn't break it off. It separates it from the dedicated RAM that's for the CPU. So it takes a 2 gigabyte chunk, dedicates it towards the video card. Not the video card, the iGPU. So, you'll see that if you ever use an iGPU. It's not, iGPU is not really based for overclocking and stuff like that. What it's based for, the original back then when computers first started coming out, what happened is that you didn't have nothing but an integrated graphics. That's all you had back then in the 80s. Integrated graphics. And then they come out with the graphics card. Then, that's what spawned off the graphics card. But most people still use the iGPU. But now the iGPUs are getting more advanced. I like to see AMD do a hellacious iGPU, like they do a discrete graphics card, but they built it onto the processor. I like to see if they do an awesome iGPU. I want to see either Intel or AMD come up with an awesome iGPU like they do for their video cards. Their discrete video cards. I want to see if they put FSR3 on an iGPU. I want to see if they put the ray tracing up on an iGPU. I want to see what they do for the iGPU to where they can save money by making a stronger iGPU on a processor than they can with the graphics card, a discrete graphics card. I want to see if they're going to invest that kind of time and that kind of money into making a bigger and better iGPU, integrated graphics. That I will be surprised. But anyway, let's get back to it. This is Intel's turn. Oh, let's see. As you can see, I really don't shop on Newegg neither. And one reason is because Newegg, they're okay for some people, but me, I don't shop there. So let's switch over to Amazon. I'll, as much as I go, I'll either go to Amazon or I'll go to eBay before I go to Newegg. Just to let you know. Let's see. Let's see what they got. Let's see what they got. Intel. Let's see. Let's keep the CPU manufacturer. Let's keep it Intel and see what they do. Okay. So, all right. The 10900K, $346. $354 for the 12700KF. That's not too bad. But this is what doesn't make sense to me. It's $354 for a brand new one, but a used one you got to pay $358. Maybe y'all can tell me in a comment below what that's supposed to be all about. Okay, the i5 13600K. Look at this, $300. Okay, so why would they do the i7 12? Why would they do a 12th gen more expensive than a 13th gen? Maybe y'all can explain that to me in the comments below. Maybe for $300, that might be your ticket right there. This right here. This might be your ticket. And taking this 13th gen and using, that would be something, using DDR4 with 13th gen. That would be even something else. Now, if you could use DDR4 with 13th gen, I bet you that would be a hell of a steal. Everybody would be buying that. I guarantee that. Yeah. $64 is not bad for a 7th gen Celeron, but not a lot of people use Celeron. They might use it for your laptops, but for a desktop, forget it. It doesn't. To me, it doesn't compute. For $199, the 6-core up to 4.8 gigahertz. That's not bad for $199. Just to let you know, that I think is a good deal. This one might be, no. I wouldn't go that far. Let's see, what else? What else does Intel have in store for us today? Okay, 161, the 11400, 4.4 gigahertz. See, that comes back to the same thing. I wouldn't buy this because I already have a computer that goes up to 4.5 gigahertz. Why would I get a processor that's the same amount of wattage, the same X for the same series motherboards? It might be a contender. This one might be a contender to the processor that I got. This might be a contender, just to let you know. So, it's something to think about in the future if I want to take and get the motherboard for this and run it against my PC. See what it does as a comparison. That would be a good comparison. Yeah, I wouldn't. This right here, this 10th gen, that's not too bad, but that's 4-core 8 threads. Some people, they run 4-core 8 threads. They're still just as good. This is a little too expensive for my taste. It's a 10600, 6 core, 12 threads, 199. I can still get cheaper with AMD, so I would not think about doing that. You know, um, let's see. Moving on down the road. Moving on down the road. You got the 1600, 13600 KF. That could be a good contender for $309. What do you get more with this one? Well, let's see. You get, I don't know, maybe an iGPU? Probably. Let's see. Let's have a peek at it. Let's see. Um, oh, discrete graphics card required. Nope, you don't. Not for $9 more, you don't. Okay, so that's a bust. Oh, look at this. 24.99. A Xeon processor. It's got a 12 meg cache. Um, but it's only 3.6 gigahertz. And I don't think that'll be one that you would like to go gaming on. Maybe you could. Maybe you can't. You got this one right here, but no price, no price, no price. That usually means they're either sold out or they're getting ready to release it, one or the other. Yeah, we move past these because they're $400. Anything that's below $200 is a good deal, I think. Well, 184 is still a little expensive. Yeah, that's still a little. That's not too bad, but I'm not looking forward to something like that. That's not too bad. These are all today prices, just to let y'all know. This is today's prices. This is what you're seeing for today, not yesterday or the day before. Um, it's what you got to work with. You know, just to get a good idea. I mean, this is 6th gen for $160. 7th gen for $150. Huh. I don't get it. I really don't. Huh. Wow. But pretty much, I mean, it's not a bad deal for 169. Gives you 4.8 gigahertz. Gives you 6 core, 12 threads. And it's a 10th gen, yes. And it's 125 watts. And you need a discrete graphics card with it. So, it's what that makes it so great. I mean, 4th gen, I don't think so. Not for $120. That's kind of a rip-off, I think. $550 for a 9th gen with 10 cores. I don't think so. Not for 550. Socket 2, 1155, i7 3700, $99. No. You could if you find a decent motherboard to go along with it for cheap, you could probably get away with spending $200 on a processor like that with the motherboard and putting in, I don't know, maybe a 20 series NVIDIA. Maybe 20 series NVIDIA would go good with that. 4 gigahertz, 145, 8th gen, 91 watts. It's kind of iffy. You could. 58 watts, Pentium Gold, two core, maybe, hopefully 4 thread, but that's probably 2 core, 2 thread. You know, moving on down the road. I don't think we're going to pay $412 for that. And for 11th gen, $269. You can always find something cheaper. Always can find something better for $180. Always can find something better for $185. Always can find 12 100K for $100. Or you can go 10 100 for 104. 4.3, that's not too bad on the frequency. Let's see what we got here. 3.6 gigahertz. Let's see if there's a spec sheet. Usually you get a spec sheet. Okay. Up to 3.6 gigahertz. Intel Smart Cache 6 megabytes. TDP is 65 watts. PCI Express up to 4.0. Memory support 2-channel DDR4. 400 series. Okay, well, the answer to that is no. It looks good on paper, but probably runs like a dinosaur in a computer, just to say. And that's not what we're looking for. We're not looking for dinosaurs or the bones. We're looking for something that's low in cost, but better in price. I don't know about y'all. Just like with the AMD, Intel still got the same old, price barrier. They start to get ready to come out with the new CPU and new CPUs. What happens is that they start marking up the prices, and then when you get to the next level one, then they try to bring down the price, but they're marking up the prices of the older ones, so that way you buy the new one. And then after the first of the year, they start dropping prices. It's a yo-yo game. To me, it's a yo-yo game. So let's see, 12 Comet Lake 12 for 144. Nope, still can go cheaper. See, 6 cores, 4.8, and not too bad. 400 series chipset, not too bad. This is how you know. You go and you see the price for this, and then you go and see the price for a 400 series motherboard with the same processor. So this one is the i5 10600K. So what matches with the i5 600K? The 10600. So what we're going to do is we're going to copy it. And we're going to paste it. We're going to search it. and then we're going to review it. Okay, so 6 core, 12 threads, 4.8 gigahertz, max turbo. It's got the 2.0 frequency adjustment, so that's good. Cache is 12 megabytes of Intel Smart Cache. The TDP is 125 watts. Bus speed is 8 GT. It's not too bad. Configurable TDP base frequency is 3.8 gigahertz. Configurable TDP down is 95 watts. It's got 128 gigabyte max memory, but the DDR4 2666 is its baseline. Its max memory bandwidth is only 41.6 gigabits per second. It's the graphics processor on this is the Intel UHD Graphics 630, 350 megahertz. Graphics video max memory 64 gigabytes. Wow. Look at the resolution. Oh my goodness. It'd be interesting to see what this is about. Especially when you're looking at, them saying this right here. 1200 megahertz is not too bad, but it's not the greatest. 4K support at 60 hertz, but it's got 64 gigabytes of it can use Vcache, what they call Vcache dedicated memory, because it's an iGPU. So you got to make sure you have at least, if you're going to run this much graphics video memory at 64 gigabytes, you better make sure you have the maximum memory size at 128 gigabytes of DDR4, at least running at a clock speed of 3600 microtransfers minimal. I bet you would have a kicking iGPU just from what I see here. I bet you it would be kicking like crazy. I mean, because if you run 1080p at 60 hertz, you got a good deal. I mean, you're going to have good gaming at 1080p, my opinion. But anyway, I don't want this video to get too long. I'm just giving you an idea of what it's like on the Intel side. Now, we did the AMD side, I know that, but now it's the Intel side. I wanted to show you some real-time pricing. This is today's pricing. This way you see what's out there on the market and what you can afford and not afford. Shop around, shop smart, and shop sensible. If you want to do used, you'll probably get a good deal on some used. But if you want to stick on brand new and get some kind of warranty, or that's what you got to look forward to. Is when you get used, you don't get much of a warranty. You might get 30-day warranty, let's say from eBay, or you might get a factory warranty from like Amazon or Newegg. Get a 2-year warranty, and also too with Amazon might give you an additional 2-year warranty if you buy the warranty from their site. And that's how I did with all my components in my computer. I turned around, got their 2 year warranty on all the components in my computer, and I got the 2 year factory warranty as well. So I got total of 4 years warranted up. Anything goes wrong, guess what? I, I you know, I'll write a complaint out. Boom. I'll contact them. I have a contact number. Call them. Get them to send me out a new part. Switch it up. Send the old part back, or however they work their warranty stuff. And that's that. Each one of the parts are under a different, you know, each one of the parts in my computer has a warranty. So even if I take out one part and send it back to get my warranty back, to get a new new piece of hardware, it's still within the warranty. So I'll get a new piece of hardware. In the meantime, I would probably be best to stock up on, one extra of each part, so I have a backup. Like one motherboard, one processor, and so on. So I have a backup. That would be good for it too. Cover your bases. Always have a backup somewhere. But anyway, if you like my videos, make sure you like and subscribe. If you're new to the channel, subscribe would be much appreciated. We're still building up to the 1,000. We're still trying to reach our goal for 1,000 subscribers. And we're trying to reach our goal for 4,000 watch hours. We're getting there very slowly, but we're getting there surely. And don't call me Shirley. But anyway, like and subscribe. And on the next video and the next time, we will see you there. So do have a great day. And you know what? Stay safe. It is crazy out there now these days. So be safe, be happy, and smile, because you're here at JJ's PC Builds. Bye-bye.